In today's age, sports is more than just scoring points and winning championships. Sports is a business. School sports is just that, a business. School sport programs are receiving earnings from ticket sales, from stocks, from TV ratings, and so on. They're generating money and it's increasing every year. But the most disappointing thing about this business is that players are not getting paid. Of course, education is important to every student who is attending school. But let's try to understand the dedication athletes are putting into academics and athletics. A student athlete who is bringing attention to the school is deserving of some kind of income. This topic hits close to home because my dad was once a student athlete. He participated in a basketball program, but his chances of continuing on with basketball ended once his father was injured and he was unable to work and provide for the family. So my dad had to leave the basketball program to work full-time after school to help with living expenses and hospital bills. But going back to the college athletes deserve to be paid due to the time and energy they bring to the school is equivalent to the effort American workers place on their jobs. Today, I'm going to be giving you an insight into a typical day of an athlete, the risk athletes are taking on their physical and mental well-being, and discussing the profits colleges are earning off of their sports programs. So my first point, college athletes should be paid because sports take just as much time as a full-time job. An article posted on Athletes Guides provides a walkthrough of a typical college athlete's day. So this is a college football student. So he's going to wake up before 5:30 in the morning. And then by 6, he's got to be at the gym because he's got to do a morning workout. And then it'll end around 7 a.m. He's going to eat breakfast, get ready for the day. But he's got to be ready before 8 because classes are going to start. And he's going to take a clump of his schedule of school between 8 and 3 p.m. And sometime in the middle, he's got to fit in lunch. And then once class ends, he's got to meet coach and then be ready for film. And then practice is going to start around 4:15 p.m. And then he's going to do practice, conditioning, and workout. And then after that, you know what he's got to do? He's got to do homework. He's a student. So between 8 to 10, 11 p.m., he's going to do that. He's going to hit the study hall. And apart from school, he's also got to look at the playbook and learn that. So their day is going to end around 11 p.m. But then you know what? The cycle is going to repeat the next day at 5:30 in the morning. And this is going to be their same routine for 4 years. Athletes of different sports are going to follow a different kind of schedule, but they're still going to dedicate a big part of their day to that sport. Of course, the NCAA has a 20-hour rule where athletes are supposed to spend no more than 20 hours a week. But even though colleges are finding loopholes through this rule to ensure their athletes are training as much as possible. I know most college athletes are on scholarships that pay for that full tuition, but athletes argue that the commitment of playing a college sport hinders their ability to take advantage of that educational opportunity. So after giving you a walkthrough of the busy student athlete schedule, let's discuss our next point. College athletes should be paid because they're risking their body and exposing themselves to permanent damage. When researching stories about athletes who suffered some sort of injury, I came across a lot of similarities. It's not a requirement for universities to provide health care for athletes who get hurt. It's going to result in some kind of financial burden for this family and the athlete. In 2005, the NCAA established a catastrophic injury insurance program that offer basic accident medical, but it's not enough for any serious injuries. The Atlantic posted a story in 2013 about NCAA schools abandoning their injured athletes. So let's take a look at one student from South Carolina, defensive tackle Stanley Doughty. In 2007, he received a call from the Kansas City Chiefs, signing him to a 2-year, $400,000 contract. Training began immediately, and so did medical testing. The doctors asked if he had any serious injuries. He said no. He was always cleared to play on the field. But the x-rays revealed something different. He's been playing on a spine injury, and one wrong hit can leave him paralyzed. This determined he could not play for the Chiefs, and he headed back to South Carolina. And when he was reflecting back on that in his college days, he can remember a lot of big hits. One in particular in 2004, he had a helmet-to-helmet collision that left him temporarily paralyzed. But guess what? He was soon given the go-ahead to keep playing. Another factor to consider is the profits colleges are making from these athletes. College athletes should be paid because college athletic programs are generating billions in revenue. Can you guess how much the NCAA generates in revenue? Looking just at a football program, in 2005, they generated $1.6 million. Fast forward to 2019, they generated $3.8 million. Over that period of time, that's an increase of 139.8%. Then if you want to just look at basketball, let's look at March Madness. They made $700 million. And that's from television revenue, ticket sales, and so on. But can you guess how much college athletes earn from that revenue? Nothing. Every year, there's going to be an increase in ratings, which is going to result in this figure increasing. Scholarships are paying for tuition, room and board, and books, but they're not even given supplemental money for other necessities. So in conclusion, college athletes should be considered a profession so they can be paid for their work. Let's recall that student athletes are putting more than 20 hours a week towards their sport. They're risking themselves to injury, and the NCAA is generating billions of dollars each year.